The last learning target in Unit 1 is learning target 7, and it says, I can construct a table or graph to match a given situation. This is an example of a graph. So the things I want you to notice are whatever is on the x, which in this case is time. Here, whatever is on the y, which is distance. So in this case, if the y stands for distance, if they're down here when y is 0, that means that whatever this graph represents, it is 0 units from their starting place. Now what's happening in each of these sections of the graph, from A to B and B to C and C to D and D to E and E to F, is dependent on what the lines look like at these places. So from A to B, we know that the distance from the starting place is increasing, which means that the person is getting farther and farther away from where they started. So from A to B, I'm going to say moving away from start. And then in parentheses, I'm going to say distance from start is increasing because the line is going up. Now from B to C, this means that as time is continuing, the person's distance from their starting place is not changing. So the person is standing still. So from B to C, the person or object is standing still. And then in parentheses, I'm going to say distance from start neither increasing nor decreasing. The distance from start is neither increasing or decreasing. It's staying flat. Now from C to D, the person's distance from their starting place is actually getting closer, right? If this is 0 feet away down here, way down here at this line, their distance is moving closer to that. So moving slightly, because it's not getting very close, just a little bit closer, slightly closer to start. Distance, which is the y value is decreasing. From D to E, well, the person is standing still again. And then from E to F, the person, or maybe this is not a person, this object, is returning all the way back 0 feet away from where they started, at the same place that they started. Their distance from that spot is back at 0. This is kind of like home base. Or the starting place. Okay? So they started at home, went away from home, stood still for a while, went a little bit closer to home, stood still for a while. Now here, they're returning home, and there's a lot of difference being covered in a short amount of time, which means that they're moving very quickly. The steeper the slope, the faster they're moving. So they're returning home very quickly. Then in parentheses, we could say distance is decreasing rapidly. very steep. So that is because it is a steep line. And that is a way to read or to create a situation that models a graph. Or if you're given a situation, you could construct a graph to model that. This works for distance time graphs. It also works for any other situation when you have an independent variable and a dependent variable. You can construct a table or a graph to represent that situation. And that is all for Learning Target 7.